Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Mines and Money 2017 in London, and we are still here on the floor of the fair. Now with me is Regulus Resources, and John Black is the CEO of the company, and we want to talk about his lovely company. Welcome.
Hi, thanks.
Yeah, great to have you here. Thanks for taking the time. Regulus Resources, what is the company about? Where are you based? Where are you working? What are you doing?
Regulus Resources is a spin-co that came out of our predecessor company. We previously had a company called Antakori Minerals, and with Antakori we had the good fortune to discover a really nice porphyry copper in southern Peru, which we sold to First Quantum in 2010, which was
done.
a nice turn for our shareholders. It worked out pretty well for us, but we still had some assets in Argentina, so we spun Regulus out to continue exploration on the project in Argentina. Had some good luck in Argentina, but in 2012 we found that we were in a bottom of a market in a country that wasn't a very favorable place to explore at that time. Things have changed since a little bit, but we thought, hey, we've got cash on the bottom of a market for a change. Let's see if we can go shopping and find another project. So what we did is we had a good fortune of identifying another copper gold project in Peru, northern Peru, called Antakori. It was held by a company called Southern Legacy Peru, and we approached them and we proposed a merger, and it was quite a good opportunity actually. So we've captured a really nice project using our technical team, our track record, and our experience, and merging with Southern Legacy to acquire their project and their in-country knowledge. So it's actually quite a synergetic merger on that. So.
Okay, fantastic. So what have you done in 2017? I'm pretty sure you are drilling, and I think you told me also you have 17,000 meters of previous drill core, right?
Yes, exactly. The project that we acquired, Antakori, had 17,000 meters from 2 previous exploration campaigns by other junior companies on it. And that's important because it identified a pretty interesting system, and there's a current 43101 compliant inferred resource of 295 million tons at 0.48% copper, 0.36 grams per ton gold, and about 10 grams of silver. So about 0.8 copper equivalent for nearly 300 million tons. We see that as the starting point. This mineralization is open for extension in most directions, and in 2017, working together and forming some agreements with our neighbors nearby, we've initiated an exploration program, and we've announced the first 3 holes. We'll have a few more coming up real shortly now, and we envision that we'll be continuously drilling from now for the next 3 years probably.
Great. And how many meters have you drilled now with this new program?
To date, we've drilled about 5,000 meters of what we anticipate will be about a 15,000 meter program. That should be completed in Q2 of next year, and we anticipate that there will be an updated resource estimate about mid-year 2018.
Perfect. Can you already comment on those first 3 holes you have released? What were the grades? Were they satisfying, even going higher maybe?
They were quite good. The system that we're exploring is a copper-gold skarn, but it's overlain by Miocene volcanic rocks which host high sulfidation copper-gold mineralization. Both styles of mineralization are copper-gold. Both styles are capable of producing quite high grades, but they're different metallurgically in that the high sulfidation mineralization brings some arsenic with it, so we treat that as a separate target in many ways. The first hole we drilled, or all of these initial holes, are on the southern margin of the known mineralization. It's where we can drill with the permitting we have at this moment, so there was a risk that we were drilling on the edge of the system and perhaps even outside, but quite fortunately all the holes have hit early on. Our first hill hole was quite nice actually. We had 184 meters of a little over 1.5% copper, gram of gold.
That's nice.
It's kind of set a high bar for us to have all the other holes judged on. So,
Super. And is it shallow, or do you have to go deep down?
Some of the mineralization starts almost immediately from the surface.
Oh, so it would be open-pittable like?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's important to note when people look at our drill results, we're immediately adjacent to an operating mine, and we have collaborative exploration agreements with the mine next door. The body that we're exploring extends onto their ground as well. So, and they have a concurrent exploration program on our side. We have a rather unusual collaborative exploration agreement where we work together to drill out a deposit that we share on this. And so the mineralization I've spoken about is only what's on our ground. There's considerably more on their ground as well.
So that might be then the chance, let's say you are hitting it fully and you find a beautiful resource that you can say, okay, maybe we collaborate with the miner next door and they can produce your stuff?
The miner next door, it's a joint venture with 2 large mining companies operating that mine. It's a heap leach gold operation next door for oxide mineralization. It's the oxide cap over the top of this large copper gold sulfide mineralization. If we knew exactly what we had, we'd probably already be negotiating a joint venture or a sale to them. But the interesting thing is we don't know how big the deposit is, and we each think we have the better part right now. So what we devised is an agreement with them to allow ourselves to work together and drill it out so we know what we have.
Okay.
And once we get to that point, then we can have a more realistic conversation of how to proceed in the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
I was just trying to chase you a bit.
Yep. Yeah. No, that's our objective. That's a perfectly plausible direction to
Good.
go. So.
Super. So drilling costs money.
Yes.
Yeah, costs definitely money.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Yep.
what is in the bank?
We have about 9 million in the bank Canadian right now, so
you're
we're
quite
in
comfortable.
pretty good shape. We can complete the drill program we've initiated right now and produce that resource by mid next year. However, we would like to, on this program, have continuous drilling. So many times as a junior company, we drill, then we stop, then we work up the results,
Yeah.
we produce them, and then we go look for money. And that extends the length of time it takes to complete a project. And so what we'd like to do on this one, and given that we have a pretty loyal shareholder base and the market, quite frankly, is pretty good right now, is we'd like to raise money ahead of time so we just keep drilling straight through and have data cutoffs and periodic updates on the resource extension.
Okay. Can you give us maybe a little bit of an idea for the timeline for your next workings? Yeah, meaning now you finished the 15,000, you want to drill further. Yeah, let's say going into development, maybe production stage in the future. Could that be an option for you? Or you say maybe I want to go more with a strategic partner. We are selling maybe something off. Yeah. Because we are not producers.
The niche that we work in really well is we're the founders of the company, myself, Kevin Heather, who's our Chief Geologic Officer, our exploration geologist by background. And that's really what our strength is identifying good opportunities, exploring and determining the size of the deposit and de-risking it through about a pre-feasibility stage. We do that well. We did it well in our previous project. Beyond that involves different skill sets that we don't necessarily have in our company. So our strategy is to pick projects carefully so that they have a very good chance that it's going to be a large, robust project. And if we time it right and we produce that product at a favorable moment in the market at, say, about a pre-feasibility level, we anticipate that there will be mining companies that would like to purchase it from us. Having said that, the best way to sell a project is to do absolutely everything like you're going to mine it yourself. You don't want to cut a corner. We want to produce a project that when a major company comes and takes a look at it, they're pretty happy with the quality of our work.
Fantastic.
So we think that process would naturally take us about 3 years of hard work. And good luck that there's not an unfortunate economic event or something that can knock us off a little bit.
But this is something external you cannot control.
No, but our previous project took us 5 years to do what we thought we could do in 3. And that's a common thing that happens in this business is we put on paper what we think it'll take time to. So that's why we want to line up our financing in a manner that we keep things moving a little more continuously on this.
Yeah, it's always wise to plan further.
Working next door to a mine is kind of helpful because we have infrastructure and ability
that would be my next question,
move forward on it.
So I can drive by car on your property?
We're 2 hours north of Cajamarca City, which is a large city. It's where we have our principal office and our warehouse, so it's quite an easy project by Peruvian standards to get to.
Absolutely. So. I mean, when you have the mine next door, so also water and power is no issue, right?
We have 2 operating mines one immediately next door and one 6 kilometers away.
Okay, super. That sounds like a very compelling story, John. Thank you very much for that.
Great, and thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, we keep fingers crossed. We look forward to your results then, which should come out quite soon, right?
We should see a steady flow. We've been drilling with only 1 drill rig, and the drilling's been a little bit slow. This week we moved to 3 rigs, and we anticipate having a much steadier flow of drill results and quite a bit of news over the next year.
Fantastic. We look forward on that.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
You.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it was John Black, the CEO of Regulus Resources, and you heard it. The drills are turning and the results are coming up. They moved from 1 rig to 3 rigs up, and also what I found quite interesting, they drilled 5,000 meters already. 15,000 will be in total, and by next year they want to update the 43-101. That's also important for the quality of the property. And what I'm quite impressed of is 184 meters in a hole with approximately 1.5% copper. That's really a lot and really shallow. That's also important. So check out the company. Thanks for watching us. Bye bye from London.
Thank you.